So once again, welcome to Narayana Edu Hub, an amazing platform for online studies. Here you will prepare for IIT and NEET exam, and also you will be doing your school studies. And we have a team of expert IITians and medicos for NEET exam, and everyone has given very good results in past years. Means so many ranks in top 20, top 10, so many times, right? And the best thing here is the classes will be interactive, not just one-way communication like other YouTube channels. Here the classes will be very interactive. You will be frequently asking the doubts throughout the class. Okay, so that will be both-way communication, right? And we will be giving you daily assignments, and we will be tracking you, like how much you have done, how much time you have spent, and what is your accuracy, and we will keep on updating you about your progress. Okay, so this is the second lecture of quadratic equation. In the last class we had discussed sum of roots, product of roots, and nature of roots. Then you can have some problems based on these things. Sum of roots was minus b by a. Okay, product of roots was c by a, and you know quadratic is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. You know this much. We have discussed everything in the last class. So now based on these things, you can have very simple problems like find these values like alpha square plus beta square. Okay, using these results you can easily find. Okay, what you will do, you will write this as alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta. These results you know. Okay, so here you will put the value of alpha plus beta, here you will put the value of alpha into beta. Then you can have like find the value of alpha minus beta whole square. Okay, so you know the result. Okay, in 9-10 class, I think you know, you must be remembering that. So you will write this thing as alpha plus beta whole square minus, right, 4 alpha beta. Okay, you will put the values. You will put alpha plus beta, you will put alpha into beta. Okay, then you can have find the value of alpha cube plus beta cube, right? So again you will use the result. What? This equal to alpha plus beta whole cube minus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta. We have alpha plus beta, we have alpha into beta. We'll put those values here. Okay, so now come to the next point. Okay, I hope you have written everything, and again I tell you that you have to make your own notes. Okay, that will be better for you, right? So now we will be discussing the condition for common roots. Okay, so next point, I think this is D. Okay, you check that. Condition for common roots. So here you have two equations. Actually you will be having two equations. So let's say one is a1x square plus b1x plus c1 equal to 0, and the other is a2x square plus b2x plus c2 equal to 0. Now you can have two cases. First case, let's say one root is common. Okay, So alpha is the root of this and alpha is the root of this second one also. Okay. Other root is, let's say, some beta and this beta dash, beta 1 or some other, you can use some other constant, gamma. Okay. Right. So alpha, beta and alpha, gamma we have taken. One root is common, they have given. Okay. So what will happen? Simply, alpha will satisfy this equation, alpha will satisfy this second equation. Okay. So I am writing the first equation, alpha will satisfy this and alpha will satisfy this. So this is equation 1, this is equation 2. Now you must be knowing, you must remember Cramer's rule. Okay, you use this Cramer's rule in 10th class. You also call this cross multiplication method. Cross multiplication method or Cramer's rule. Okay, you use x and y. You write two linear equations in x and y. So this you can assume x, this you can assume y. So here we have two equations in x and y. Let's say this is x, let's say y. Right? So we have two equations. So it will become like two linear equations. And you know how to solve two linear equations using cross multiplication method. So I am using that. Okay, Cramer's rule. So in place of x you have alpha square by what you will write? Like this you write b1 c2 minus b2 c1 is equal to alpha by, you write y by, okay, so y is this here alpha. So y upon what you write c1, okay, it will come here c1a2 minus c2, this will come here c2a1 is equal to 1 upon, okay, right, multiple of 1, okay, so 1 upon what you will write like this, okay, a1 b2 minus a2 b1, this, okay. So from this, from these two, we can get the value of alpha, and from these two also, these two, one alpha will cancel out, we can write alpha is equal to, okay, alpha square alpha from these two, one alpha will cancel out, you will get alpha equal to b1 c2 minus b2 c1 divided by this thing c1 a2 minus c2 a1 is equal to, from this thing okay, from this thing you can again write alpha, alpha is equal to how much, this upon this, right. So what you have, c1 a2 minus c2 a1 by a1 b2 minus a2 b1, okay. So now these are the two values of alpha. Now we'll use this result, we can simplify a bit this result, okay, we'll cross multiply. What you will be getting, we will be getting c1 a2 minus c2 a1 whole square is equal to this equal to how much you are getting, this factor into this factor. So a1 b2 minus a2 b1 into, okay, so I will just rub this thing, okay, if you have written, okay, if you have not written, just pause and just write this line, okay, into how much, this into this, the other factor is this b1 c2 minus b2 c2, right, okay, so this is the result, this is the result you have. This is the result you have to use, okay, it's very easy to remember, you know. Firstly you have to use a and c, so you have to write c1 a2 minus c2 a1 whole square, Then what you have to do is use AB and then BC. So A1 B2 minus A2 B1 into B1 C2 minus B2 C1. It's very simple. Just remember the sequence. Okay. Just remember that first of all you have to use these n coefficients A1 and this A1 A2 and C1 C2. So this thing C1 A2 minus C2 A1 whole square. This is a square. So if you want to write, you can write A1 C2 minus A2 C1. A1 C2 minus A2 C1 you can also write, because this is a square. You know that, okay, x square and minus x square both are same. Both will give you the positive value. The square is always positive. You know that. Okay. So this is the condition you have to remember. So just write down everything, note everything. Now we'll discuss the second condition. So before that, just pause for a moment and write down everything. Okay, make your own notes. Right? As I told you, here our classes will be very interactive, not like other channels. Okay, we'll have a small size batches, not more than 50-60 students. Okay, and we'll interact throughout the lecture. Means you can keep on asking the problems and the doubts throughout the lecture. Okay, so you can just join our mobile app. Through mobile app you can join us. Or you can go to our website and you can join us from there. Okay, narayanaeduhub.com. So come to the second point. When both the roots are common. Both roots are common. Actually, when both the roots are common, what is happening actually? Okay, I will just explain you. So one example, one very simple example. Right? So let's say I have taken one quadratic. X square minus 3x plus 2 equal to 0. So this is one quadratic, and you can find the roots through factorization or using the quadratic formula you can find. So if you are factorizing, then x minus 1, x minus 2 equal to 0, and what you will be getting, x equal to 1, 2. Right? Now, let's say you have other equation. Other equation you have, let's say you have 2x square minus 6x plus 4 equal to 0. Okay, this is the second equation. Now, you have to find the roots of this equation. So actually what is happening, this equation if we see, we can take 2 common, and this has become x square minus 3x plus 2 equal to 0. Okay. So this equation actually, this second equation is nothing new, but the same equation. What we have done is we have simply multiplied the first by some number, that is 2. So if you multiply some equation with some number 2, 3, or you divide, or you take some term to the other side, on the right hand side, if I transfer 2 or 3x, right? Whatever changes I do, actually the equation is same. Equation is same, the roots will be same. You can see again, the factors will be same. Just you will have this multiple 2. Okay? So the equation is same. So roots will be again same. So if both the roots are common, both the roots are same. Okay? So it means what? It means you don't have the new equation, you have the same equation. You have identical equation. So identical equation for identical equation. So, okay, so you can understand this is nothing new. You have the same equation, you have identical equation. Okay, so if the two equations are identical, then you must be knowing. Okay, you must be knowing. Let's say you have two linear identical equations, a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0. and a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. This is a very important point. You have to remember, you have to use throughout the maths. Okay. Equations identical means what? Means the ratio of the coefficients is same throughout. Means a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2. Okay. Whenever you have identical equations, okay, whether it's linear, quadratic or some other polynomial, if they are identical means they have all the roots equal, means the ratio of the coefficients, how many coefficients they having, okay, the ratio of the coefficients will be same throughout, right? So this is the condition you have to remember, because this is very important. We will be using again and again up to your IIT exam. Okay. So now things are clear. This having roots alpha beta, this also having roots alpha beta, and both roots are same means they have become identical. They are identical. So what will happen? a1 by a2 will be equal to b1 by b2 will be equal to c1 by c2. This is the condition. Okay. So just write this condition. You have to use very simple condition. You can easily remember this. Okay. Just write down. So now you know the condition for common roots. Okay. What is the condition when one root is common, and what is the condition when both the roots are common? Now in IIT exam, very simple problems are asked. Okay. Again I am telling you, IIT exam is not difficult. It's all about knowing the concept and knowing the fundamentals. Okay, right? Properly, very properly, right? And then it's all about your hard work and dedication. It's all about your hard work and dedication and time management, right? The more you putting your good efforts, the better will be your result. It is not like very high IQ exam or very brainy thing. It is not like that. It's all about your management. Okay. So before coming to the next point, we can see some very simple problems. Simple problems means problems of IIT based on common roots. Like there was a problem in IIT around 1990. Before that, 1-2 years before that, x square plus ax plus b equal to 0 and x square plus bx plus a equal to 0 have a common root. They have a common root. Okay. Then what is the condition? This was the problem, or the problem was value of a plus b. I don't remember. Okay. So problem was like this. Similar problem they have asked in JEE mains. Okay, so more or less similar problems they ask in JEE mains. If the problem is easy, so generally after some time that is repeated in JEE mains. Okay, so they have one common root, so we can simply use that condition we had discussed. We had just written. Okay, the condition was that c1a2 minus a2c1 whole square is equal to a1b2 minus a2b1 into b1c2 minus b2c1. That we can use. Okay, or we can have other shortcut. Means if alpha is a root of this and alpha is the root of this, as we had written to find that condition. Okay, then we can use this shortcut. You have first equation, you have second equation. Alpha is common value, common root, so we can simply remove alpha square by subtracting. Okay, second from first will minus second from first. Okay, so what you will be getting? This will cancel out. What you will be getting? You will be getting alpha into a minus b plus b minus a equal to 0, right? From this you will get alpha is equal to how much? A minus b divided by a minus b. So a minus b by a minus b means 1. This is the value of the common root. So this is the value of the common root, means this will satisfy first and this will also satisfy the second. This will satisfy both the equations, right? So put in any one. Let's say I am putting in first. Okay. So if I put alpha equal to 1, what I will be getting? 1 plus a plus b equal to 0. So this is the condition. And if they are asking the value of a plus b, then a plus b is equal to minus 1. This is the value, right? I think the problem is very clear. It's very simple. Okay. Generally, the problems are very simple in IIT exam. Around 70% problems are very simple. Then you have 25-30% problems which are a bit tricky or lengthy, or you can say difficult. A bit, not very much. Okay. If you are following all the lectures and doing all the problems, doing all the assignments given by us, then I don't think that even that will be a problem. Okay. So now we can see another problem of JEE Mains 2013, I think. So that was like 2 equations were given. Okay, x square plus 2x plus 3 equal to 0, and ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a, b, c belongs to are real numbers, and they have a common root. A common root they have. Okay, common root. So you have to find the ratio of these coefficients a, b, c. You have to find a is to b is to c. Okay, so there was a similar problem in IIT. You can say IIT Advanced, means before 2000. Okay, so here one thing you have to see, you have to check. Actually the problem is very simple. They have given a common root, one root they have given. Okay, they are not saying anything about the other root, whether that is common or not. They are saying one root is common. So simply actually you have to check one thing. Equation 1, equation 2. In equation 1 you can see the roots, the discriminant of this is b square minus 4ac. Negative. So the discriminant is negative, so what will happen? The roots will be imaginary. Okay, and we have discussed, we have seen imaginary roots always come in conjugate pair. One will be p plus iota q, then other will be p minus iota q. Sorry, p minus iota q. Okay, so if one is p plus iota q, then the other will be p minus iota q. Right. Now come to the second equation. A, B, C are real numbers. Okay, A, B, C are real numbers. So this is the real quadratic equation, and they have one root common. So if let's say this is a common root which is imaginary actually, then other root has to be the conjugate of this, means the other root has to be this. Okay, same way if I say this is the common root, we take this the common root, let's say this is that common root, then because this is the real equation again, then again the other root has to be conjugate of this, means this has to be the other root. Okay, anyway, means if one root is imaginary, then the other root has to be conjugate of that, because this is a real equation. We have discussed the nature of roots. So what is happening here? They have both the roots common. Okay, because this cannot happen that only one root is common here. Here one root common means both the roots are common. Because the roots are imaginary, the roots are in conjugate pair. Okay. So this means both the roots are common. So both the roots are common now. So you know the condition for both roots common we have discussed. Okay. So what will happen? A upon a1 by a2 means 1 is equal to b1 by b2 means b by 2 is equal to c1 by c2 means c by 3. This. Okay. So this is the ratio. A is to B is to C. You have to find. So you have this. Now in some problems they can add a few things, few lines. Okay. They can add. Means they can say like if ABC are natural numbers, then what will be the value of minimum value of, okay, minimum value of, okay, A plus B plus C if ABC are natural numbers. Okay, so here you can see A is to B is to C is this. So minimum possible value of A is 1. We can see that. Okay, so if this becomes 1, this becomes 2, then this becomes 3. So this will become 1 plus 2 plus 3. So this way you can find. Okay, they can say find the minimum value of some other expression. They can write 2A plus B plus 3C. That also you can find using this thing. Okay, minimum possible value of A is 1. Minimum possible value of B is 2. C is 3. If the same A, B, C are natural numbers, right? So these are some problems of some examples of common roots. Okay. Yes. So now we'll discuss minimum or maximum value of some quadratic expression. Okay. So next point, I think minimum or maximum value of some quadratic. Okay. So we have the quadratic expression. Let's say equal to y, because we generally write like this only. Y is equal to fx type, because in case you have to draw, we'll draw on xy axis. So that's why x is the independent variable, y is the dependent variable. We can draw on the xy plane. Okay. So this is the expression. We have to find minimum or maximum value of this. So here two things can happen. A can be positive or A can be negative. Okay. If A is positive, then the minimum value of this will be minus d by 4a. Okay. D you know, discriminant. B square minus 4ac. Okay, so minus b square minus 4ac by 4 is the minimum, or you can say y is always greater than equal to minus d by 4, because this is the minimum value. Okay, we'll derive this thing. First of all, we'll see this value through some example, okay, to understand in a better way. So we'll take one example. Y is equal to, let's say, x square plus 4x plus 3. Okay, let's say we don't know anything about this result. Okay, so we have to find the minimum value of this expression. We don't have any idea about this result. So what we can do is we can use simple thing, square completion method we can use. what we'll do, we'll write this as x square plus 4x plus 4 minus 1. Okay, why I have written like this, because you can see this thing. This is something like a square plus b square plus 2ab. A square plus b square plus 2ab. So this becomes what? This becomes x plus 2 whole square minus 1. Okay, and you must be knowing, because you have, okay, you must be knowing because this is very common thing, very basic thing. Okay, so you must be knowing that anything is square, x square is always greater than equal to 0. Okay, this is very basic result and we use throughout the maths. Okay, IIT exam is about very basic things, little things. Okay, you just have to use them, keep on using them. Okay, x square is always greater than equal to 0. Anything is square is always greater than equal to 0, is always positive or can be 0. 0 is its minimum value. Minimum value of x square is 0. Minimum value of anything square is actually 0. Minimum possible value of anything square is 0. Okay, if possible. Okay, x square will be 0 and x will be 0. Right? So that's what I am trying to say. So now, here we'll discuss the second case after this. Now come to this problem. So here now you can see minimum value of this thing x plus 2 whole square is 0, when x plus 2 will be 0. So here y minimum will be what? Minus 1. Okay, right? This is actually the value of minus b by 4a. You can check here, minus b by 4a, that will be this, minus 1. Okay, so this is the method to derive this result. Another way to derive this result is using maxima minima. That also we can discuss, but that comes in 12th class. Okay, so we will be seeing that after some time. So now I am going to derive this result using this thing. Okay, so we had y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. So first of all, what we'll do is we'll take a common. Okay, so this will become x square plus b by a into x plus c by a. Right, now what we have to use is square completion method. So we have to complete the square. So this is x square, so y square I have to find here, and this will act like 2xy term. Okay, plus, so this I can write like 2 into b by 2a. Why I am writing like this, that has to be clear to you, because a plus b whole square is a square plus b square plus 2ab. So this becomes 2ab term, this becomes that a square term. Now we have to write the b square. So the square of this, right? So I will add this thing. Okay, so when I am adding this thing, so we have to subtract this thing. So plus c by a minus b by 2 whole square. This. Okay. So this has become like this, and now we can see this thing from here to here has become like complete square, like a square plus b square plus 2ab term. This has become. Okay, so this I will write, what I will write, x plus b by 2a whole square. Okay, and now here this is denominator 4a square, so 4a square will be the LCM. Okay, so how much we will be getting? We will be getting 4AC minus B square. Right? Okay. Now, we'll write here. Now, you can see y has become a into x plus b by 2a whole square. And if I multiply by a, this will become 4a. And this minus sign take common, so b square minus 4ac is d. So minus d by 4a. Okay, d, disconnect. Okay. So this has become, y has become like this. Right? No use of this bracket. Y has become like this. Again, because this is the first case where a is positive, so this is some positive number into square, like 2x square, like that. 2 into x plus 1 is square, like this. Okay. So minimum value of this thing will be what? 0, as we have discussed. When x plus 1 will be 0, the minimum of value of this will be 0, right? So minimum value of this is 0, this whole thing is 0. So minimum value of y is what? This, minus d by 4. So this is the result we have derived. So this was the derivation of this result. I think things are very simple, things are clear to you. Okay? We can also derive this using, as I told you, maxima, minima. We can also derive through graph. Graph we will be discussing in the next class. We will be discussing, okay, how to use graph of quadratic expression to find roots, to express roots, how are the roots, and where is the minimum value, where is the maximum value. Okay. Now, you can think that we are discussing just the minimum value. We are not discussing the maximum value, right? So here no need to discuss the maximum value because things are like y is equal to x square. Y is equal to x square, right? So maximum value of x square, you know, is infinite. Anything is square. The maximum value it can achieve is infinite. Okay. So maximum value of y will be here infinite. So you don't have to find and they won't ask you. But things should be clear to you. Here the maximum value of y is infinite. Okay. Now if you have to see the second case. So now come to the second case. Okay. In second case the difference is, the only difference is negative. This is the only difference. And rest is same. You have the same quadratic. ax square plus bx plus c. So again we will be using the square completion method. Okay. So we will complete the square and we will convert this into this form as we have written here. Okay. So this will become y is equal to a into this thing x plus b by 2a whole square, right? Minus d by 4a. Minus d by 4a, right? This. Now here the only difference is a is negative. A is negative. So things are like you have something like y is equal to minus x square. Okay. So you have minus x square, right? So here as you will increase x square, minus x square will decrease. Okay. So here, when x square will be minimum, which is 0, this whole thing will be maximum actually because of this negative sign. You can understand? Okay? If x square will increase, minus x square will what? Decrease. Okay? This is 4. If in case this is 4, this is minus 4. If this is 9, this is minus 9. Okay, so opposite will happen because of that minus sign. So in place of the minimum value, now you will get the maximum value. Now, when this will be minimum, this A is negative. When this will be minimum, this whole thing will be maximum. So now the maximum value of y, okay, for this to have minimum value, this has to be 0. So maximum value of y will be, you put 0 here, what you will get? Minus d by 4. So now this is the maximum value of y. Okay, means here y is less than equal to minus d by 4a. Opposite will happen. So it's very easy to remember. It's very easy to remember. Okay. Now y is less than equal to minus d by 4a. Okay. And here the minimum value, you can check through this. Okay. Maximum value of x square is what? Infinite. So when I put x infinite, right, minus x square will tend to what? Minus infinity. Means y will become minimum. When x square will be maximum, this y will be minimum due to this negative sign. Okay. So here the minimum value of y, they won't ask. Why? Because the minimum value is tending to minus infinity. That is not finite number. Okay. So that is minus infinity. Right. So this is the result. Okay. So things are very simple. Okay. For a positive, the minimum value is minus d by 4a. For a negative, opposite will happen. Maximum value will become minus d by 4a. Minimum value will tend to minus infinity. Here, the maximum value will tend to plus infinity. Okay. So things are very simple. Simple like this. Right. So more than half of the quadratic equation we have done. Okay. In the next class, we will be discussing about maximum minimum value of quadratic upon quadratic, which is very important in the sense, so many times, at least 7-8 times problems have come into IIT exam. Okay, including the mains, the advanced, there will be more than 8-9 problems. Okay, where the function is quadratic upon quadratic. We will be discussing that. Then we will be discussing graph of quadratic and how to check roots through graph. That we will be checking. Okay, and after that we will be discussing location of roots. So I think that will take 2-3 classes. After that we will be doing problems, important problems for JEE mains, important problems for JEE advanced we will be discussing. Okay, and as I told you, on our portal, or you can join through our mobile app. Okay, there we will be giving you daily assignments and we will be discussing in the next class. Those classes are not like this, not like YouTube classes. Those classes are very interactive. You can interact with us, you can talk at any moment. Okay, you can ask any doubt. Right? Okay. So till then, bye. We'll see you in the next class. I hope you love this platform. Okay, bye. Take care.